What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Doge to Bitcoin again, because there's a lot to talk about with that. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Obviously, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We are doing a giveaway at 5K, and we're growing pretty rapidly, and I will be giving away some Crypto TV merchandise. Otherwise, we're going to look at the coin market cap, and I really did want to discuss Doge again because it kind of has a lot to do with what has been happening with the market and in yesterday's video. So this is kind of a continuation from where we left off yesterday. So I'm on the coin market cap right now, and you guys can see that we have a total market cap of 237.5 bill, 24-hour volume of 13.2 billion, and then a Bitcoin dominance of 52.9, so slightly higher than yesterday, and a market cap slightly higher than yesterday. When I scroll down, we look at the top 10, and obviously you can see some sort of consolidation from yesterday's bullish trend. You can see majority of the market is actually down. Not too bad. I have not yet to see double-digit coins that are down. Only one. 26% up holo. That's pretty interesting. But otherwise, it's down 4 to 5% for most of the coins. Looking at the top 10 cryptos, you can see we definitely are in some sort of consolidation and a slight downtrend too. Bitcoin is the only thing. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash seem to be the only thing up, only 1 or 2%. Bitcoin, nice to see we have broken that 7,200 resistance. Ethereum still not able to get above the $300 mark. We see XRP at 0.34, down 2%, and we see Litecoin down 2.2% at $65. And I did want to talk a little bit more about Bitcoin. I mean, Litecoin, we actually shot up to, I think, 68, almost $70 yesterday, while I ended the video that I uploaded. After that, I looked back on, and I saw the price up to above $68, which was pretty interesting. I didn't think we were going to shoot that high, but let's just jump into Doge. So I did want to continue with Doge. As I said in yesterday's video, and what I want you guys to notice now is you guys can see we shot up so high, and I'm hoping you guys sold out here because we were extremely overbought. You can see on that relative strength index how high above the overbought line we are. We went all the way to almost 100. We're at like 93, which is so high. Resistance and support seems to be at around 70, so anything above that is an indicator of being overbought. So you can see we're above that by almost 30 points, I'd say, give or take. But so like I said in yesterday's video, when we shot out this high, it's not something that is expected to last a long time. It's not something that's supposed to be there for quite a while. It's not continuous. So as you guys can see, there is that major pullback. Pretty much just as high as we went up is just as quickly as we're going to go down. You can see how we did fall pretty low, and then we entered back into that neutral territory. So that's why we're seeing us kind of level out right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hang out at this price. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we moved even lower down to that support at that yellow line that I drew. You can see where that is going to start acting as support. And then theoretically going even lower back down to that high-low middle moving average at that red band. But what I really wanted to show you guys was these are not maintainable long-term movements. We can't be bullish like this. You can't take the elevator up and anticipate us to stay up there. We have to come down just as quickly and just as hard, which we've seen in Litecoin, Bitcoin at the end of 2017. Same thing with Ethereum as well. So that's what I wanted you guys to be aware of. When we have these major, parabolic movements, we do tend to shoot down the other way just as quickly. So hopefully you guys can cash out. Hopefully you did. It's kind of like a pump and dump. Not necessarily exactly that, but something similar. So you guys can see that the movement is bringing us back down lower, back down to a more neutral level-headed area. So that is what I wanted to point out with Doge. Hopefully that helps a lot of you guys understand that when these movements happen so quickly, they're not here to stay. They last not too long, and then they retrace back down to a more neutral area. This is an outlier, obviously so much different than the rest of the graph. So it's going to come back down, and it's going to be as if that never happened, which is what Litecoin and Bitcoin have been doing. Moving on to Bitcoin and Litecoin, I'm actually going to talk about Bitcoin first. So Bitcoin actually looks quite nice. There's a few things I want to touch upon. So one thing is, you guys can see we have actually slowly grown to start testing this overbought line at around 70 like we talked about, and once we break into that, it's usually an indicator we need to start pulling back down, at least in the short term, because this is the 4-hour graph. Now, one thing to notice is that I did draw this major yellow uptrend, which you guys can see we have been following for quite a long time, and you can see we are also finding a resistance at around $7,280. That is a pretty strong resistance that I've drawn. That's why it's a more darkened white line. So I wouldn't be surprised if we consolidate further, just lower the RSI and then try to break above that and start heading up. Is it the end of the downtrend? Is it the end of the bear market? We're going to have to find out, but things are definitely looking that way and definitely looking to be more positive. So I'm now on the daily, and you guys can see we were currently at like a 30 on the RSI, and we're currently at around a 64. So you can see that massive jump we've had. You can see the bottom at around $6,000 shot us all the way up to the high-low MMA, and are now breaking into the high-low MMA, which is beautiful. And now we're facing some resistance, which you guys can see is this darkened white line. You can see where I've drawn that. You can see that the resistance right there, even in the past here. So that's why we're facing some sort of resistance right there. That's why the price is kind of pulling back down. But it's nice to see that we are currently right in the middle of the high-low MMA. It gives me more of a sense that we could potentially break above the red band and start to use it as a support and not a resistance very, very, very soon. I do think what the Bitcoin price needs is a consolidation point, a trading sideways movement, and then probably trying to break above 7,300 and start using that as some sort of support level. Moving on to Litecoin. So I know a lot of you guys are interested in Litecoin. I don't know why this always pops up. It's whatever. I'm going to have to fix that later. But you guys can see there's a few things happening right now. So not only do we have another support that's pushing us higher on the 4-hour, you guys can see we were quite overbought. Actually at 78, so very overbought. We did pull back down, so we are at a very good standing at the moment. But you guys can see what the price level reached. We literally reached 60. No, we didn't even reach 68. Yeah, we did a little bit over $68, which is very nice to see, considering not too long ago we were literally at around $49. So definitely money to be made. You know, a $17 jump, $18 jump on a $50 or now $65 token is quite a bit of profit. You know, if you held on for the past 2 weeks, bought very, very low, like here, you made $17 per coin. You know, add that up, you have 50 coins. You made a lot of money if you sold off and took some profit, which I highly recommend in this market. Take profits when you can. Don't put in money that you're afraid of losing, and just have fun with it. You know, it's a game, you know, that we're trying to play. But you guys can see the support moving us up. You know, that looks very nice in my opinion. We're using the high-low MMA as support now, which is beautiful. You can see the resistance at the top. 68 seems to be a very small resistance, so I don't think we'll have any issues breaking through that. I just think we need to consolidate further, catch up to the rest of this support line, and then use it to pop through. Moving on to the daily for Litecoin, just to give us a better look. You guys can see we do look quite nice, in my opinion, on the relative strength index, only at around 55, 56. So I do think consolidation is needed. I think it is very much so needed for this to be a more stable thing. I do think we need to trade sideways for the next couple of days and then try to break through 68 and then inevitably retest that $70 coin. And I do think we're going to see a $70 coin very soon. It looks like to me that the price is really trying to rally back up to its high-low MMA, and I would not be surprised at all if in the next couple of months, if not a couple of weeks, we see a $80 Litecoin. It would be very nice. I think a lot of you guys should take profits at that level. I know I will be doing that. And I think that's exactly where Litecoin is trying to head to. I'm going to draw it out. Boom, just like this. That's where we're headed to. Wow, that is not an arrow, but this level right here is where we're going to try to move up to, somewhere in this region. So I definitely think that's in play. I think we will be moving there very, very, very soon. We're just going to have to wait it out. I do think consolidation is needed right now, and then we'll move up as such. Lastly, let's check out Ethereum. So you guys can see we are just consolidating, and I think that's what Bitcoin and Litecoin need to start doing, mainly because not only is this not sustainable, which is something to pay attention to, that this is not going to stay this way for a long period of time, and the fact that it is staying this way is a more of an indication that something big should happen very soon. Either that's a breakdown or a break up. Truly, I think we're going to retest its downtrend right here that's been on the market for around 3 to 4 months. And if we break bullish, which I do believe we will, considering the rest of the market is starting to look very nice and positive, I do anticipate a movement or a run back up to its high-low middle moving average. At this level right here at around $420, you can see how low the high-low MMA is dipping right now, and I do think it's going to start to flatten out, and I do think a 420 coin for Ethereum is definitely in the future. So otherwise, that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Check out my BitTube account, link in the description. Giveaway at 5K, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.